Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Tiffany Ofili Porter here, where I discuss life after sport. In this video, I'm going to discuss 5 tips to help you build relationships as adults. Recently, my husband and I relocated to the Kansas City metropolitan area, and over the span of the last 2 years, I've had to build a tribe from scratch because we recently relocated to Ohio and now to Kansas. With that, I have learned a lot of tips and tricks to help maneuver the relationship landscape as an adult, and I'm here to share those 5 tips with you right now. We've been very fortunate to meet some really great people in both Kansas and Ohio, and a big part of that is the intentionality behind me fostering those relationships. So I want to help you guys out in case you're wondering how you can build relationships as an adult. Let's get started. Number 1, be open and approachable. Smile, make eye contact, and just be open to meeting new people and be authentic in that. People can sense inauthenticity from a mile away. There's no need to put on a facade or pretend to be something that you're not, because ultimately people are going to be able to sense that. And you have to trust that you being yourself and being true to who you are will attract your people. Understand that you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that is okay. It's actually probably better for you to be true to who you are so you can attract a tribe that you vibe with. When you do meet like-minded people, don't hesitate to initiate conversation and to even suggest activities. Even though platonic relationships are different from romantic ones, they are similar in the sense that they both take work to maintain and to feel fulfilling. You don't want to have a relationship feeling one-sided. It also helps to be a good listener and to actively be engaged during conversations. Whether it be at school, with relationships, and pretty much every aspect of life, being able to be a good listener is a very useful skill. I know it might seem as though that's a dying skill, but that does not need to be the case with you. Be an active listener and you'll be better for it. For example, for me, I recently went to a bilingual mommy and me story time at the library before my son was born, and that's how I met one of my friends. We just literally struck up conversation, and as we were chatting, we realized that we actually had quite a bit in common. We both are in a stay-at-home mom season in our lives. We both have young children. We both want our children to learn Spanish, and those commonalities literally just led to organic conversation, and it led to us exchanging numbers, and the rest is history. Even though I didn't wake up that morning saying, I need to make a friend today, I do pride myself on being approachable and welcoming. And I think just having that air around you attracts people who are similar and who are going to vibe with you. So all in all, be open and approachable, and it will be very helpful in you making those friendships. Number 2, pursue your interests. Join clubs, social group, take classes that really cater to your hobbies and your passions. For me, for example, I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, if you can't already tell. So when I relocated to Kansas City, it was really important for me to join a local chapter because it's like an already built-in buffer of women who you know you're going to have some similarities with, being that we are all a member of the same sorority. Even if you're not in a sorority or a fraternity, you just be a little intentional about seeking out other avenues to meet people. Being an adult, you actually have to be a bit intentional about this, because when you're in high school or college, proximity to like-minded people is a little bit built in, if you will. So as an adult, you need to actively go out there and kind of make it happen. Along those same lines, you can use your work as an opportunity to meet people, because that's one thing that you guys automatically have in common. You're working for the same company or corporation, and you can just be a little intentional on going to those happy hours or attending those work-related meetups, or, trying to go for coffee for a colleague on a weekend when you don't have anything going on. But just seeking to make those connections and going that little extra mile can have a huge return on your investment. Participating in those workplace activities shows that you're interested and that you are open to cultivating those relationships. It might seem like a small task, but it can have a profound impact. For me personally, I'm in a stay-at-home season in my life, so I'm not working outside of the home traditionally. Well, that's another conversation for another day. I am a pharmacist and I do kind of work part-time, but at a very reduced level. But anyway, going out and meeting colleagues at work is not an avenue that I've used to make friends here in the Kansas City area. However, it's been very useful for my husband thus far. Number 3, join online communities and leverage social media. In 2023, social media can be used for a lot of things, and building new community and meeting new like-minded people is actually one of those benefits. And who knows, if you can strike up conversation with somebody in your DMs, it can lead to potentially meeting up and making a new friend. You can join local Facebook groups or other social media platforms where there's virtual meetups where people in your area discuss different events and just all the things going on in your area. For me, for example, when I moved to the Kansas City area, I used Instagram to find our photographer, hashtag Kansas City photographer, literally. It pulled up this man's work, shout out to Kenny, and it was amazing. We later found out that he is my husband's fraternity brother, and we just had a lot in common. His wife is awesome, and he has 2 children that are similar in age to our kids. So we literally, from that interaction of him being our photographer, have become fast friends. He introduced me to his wife, who introduced me to another woman, who introduced me to another woman, and literally we just kind of all vibed, and now we're all brunch buddies, literally just from a hashtag on Instagram. Another thing, we were at the Juneteenth celebration, literally doing the Tamia shuffle, and this gentleman just came and started doing it with us. We later found out that he's a member of my husband's fraternity as well, who knew my photographer, and then I met his wife, and literally, you guys, that was it. Just being open and approachable, smiling at that Juneteenth celebration led to now a connection. So attend those gatherings, go to those festivals, those parties, those link-ups, and you'll be surprised. You might meet some pretty incredible people. Number 4, remain patient. Building meaningful relationships takes time, so do not get discouraged if it doesn't happen overnight. I never had to really think about it when I was living in Michigan, which is my hometown, but moving here, I definitely prayed to God to just put good people in my life. Allow me to meet like-minded people that I'm going to vibe with and get along with, and that I have things in common with that just give you that sense of community. And I was patient. I'm not trying to rush things. I appreciate the importance of relationships. So for me, it was a matter of trusting that it was going to happen when it was supposed to. You certainly have to have discernment when you're going into relationship building. And this is especially true for childcare, because I mean, come on, it's your babies. You need to just know that you can trust the person that's going to be there in your life in that way. Also, don't sleep on word of mouth and tapping into your existing community to build new relationships. One of our first friends here in the Kansas City area was actually the best friends of my husband's cousin, who happened to live in the area. She said, hey, my friends are moving, you guys should link up, and the rest is history. They've now kind of helped us with childcare and have been a key part of our community. It's a mother and daughter duo. Another strategy is to frequent bars or local restaurants or cafes or grocery stores and just become a familiar face there. You'll be surprised, something as simple as just striking up a very simple conversation can lead to very lasting connections. Most relationships begin from just a simple conversation, so this is a very good place to start. Even though building those lasting relationships can kind of force you to step out of your comfort zone, just know that it's a long game. The connections will be worth it, and just trust that in the long run, you will meet your people. So just be patient. Number 5, stay positive and available. Maintain a positive attitude about building relationship as an adult, and trust that you're going to meet your people in the way that you are supposed to. I'm a firm believer that with relationships, quality is far more important than quantity. Those genuine, lasting connections can have a profound impact on your life, and it's something that you want to just really trust and lean into. It is key to kind of guard our hearts and be discerning about the people that you let in your life, so when the time does come, you can really trust those people that you have in your community. Once connections have been made, it's important to be open and available to attending invites to events or meetup. Accepting those invitations and making yourself available can really help to grow those relationships. It's a fact that building relationships takes time, even more so when you're an adult. Be patient and be persistent. Don't get discouraged by initial setbacks and keep putting yourself out there to meet people and make those lasting connections. You'll be very happy that you did. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be discussing all things life after sport. So if this is content that you like, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for upcoming videos. Thank you so much for joining me, guys.